yourself at all times.
So, as I mentioned, it is a bit of a leap for him stepping up. And in terms of the weight, he has packed a bit on since last time. I don't think it's necessarily solid. As I mentioned, that fight against Xiao Jingzhang, the punches and take the punches, like he might be about to unravel. The traffic was just 2-1. BC Bridgerweight only, so he may well get promoted to full champion. Good fighter. Boxing just a matter of days after his mother had passed away after a short illness, so a devastating thing for him, really. Won in the final round, champion by the WBC. That's a long way down the track yet, and work that lead hand. Harth will look to keep that guard high, that head, move those shoulders, try and get inside that reach and onto the inside. Maintaining that gap, dipped his knees and looked to try and get a bit lower there, Harth, but he may need to on the inside there and couldn't quite let his hands go. Get a little bit closer here, won't necessarily be upset about that. He's moving that head, Harth, to be able to do. Boxing like this, and if in the later rounds Harth begins to get to him, second half of the fight maybe, then he needs to hold his feet and fight. If he's got a good cushion heading, he wants to bring his feet in a bit closer and give himself more opportunities to land solid shots, then again he's got those rounds. Just 1-2 there from Gadzhimagomedov. Right into the body, right hand lead. Good left hand there, and he exploded up and through it. And he's just here, Gadzhimagomedov just... And already really has just put Harth in his box exactly. Harth just comes forward there and looks to throw, and he will leave himself to do that, but that is what he has to try and do, but distance to keep it at this range. The fighter, sometimes at the waist, sometimes his hands are up. Cause problems. But Harth rounds just pull his way onto the... Good use of the left hand, left hook there from Gadzhimagomedov, a couple of them in quick succession. And he is leaving himself here, Harth, as he tries to be more ambitious, but that's just what he has. Trusting that he'll be able to get to his man. Weight title, Lamont Roach, though, is fighting Javante Depp. World Boxing, Harth, where he wants him with the jab and then whip that underneath. Harth, maybe just a little bit slow from Gadzhimagomedov, came back low, and for the times that's almost worked for him. Walked through a few. And the uppercut himself at times, because Gadzhimagomedov does do a bit, is lean in with the jab, and he gets a bit too confident with that jab. He leans in with it again there. Just shut the ring off for Gadzhimagomedov. Bringing the heat, keep those energy levels high, just keep him believing that he can fight. The round's slipping by at the board yet, and it's got some snap on it. To commit a little bit ringside. He's the one in there against a very good technician in Gadzhimagomedov. He catches him with a curls one in around the back of the guard with the back with one, pushing back with another one. He needs to try and get him back onto the ropes. Got nowhere to go really, Gadzhimagomedov, but it is easier said than done. I'm painfully aware of that. And from Gadzhimagomedov, looked like it did move around the back of that glove. He's got that high here in round 5. Working around that front foot. Let's go with the left hand there, Harth, and he is looking to take a few risks here, and that's the problem for him. That is the problem for him. Left hand again there from Gadzhimagomedov. Long look, he was going to go with through that flat right hand, and he's warming to this now, Gadzhimagomedov. He's built in to really look to stick there into, and I wonder will Gadzhimagomedov just look to raise that temperature. Solid jabs. Keeping on to encourage him in this fight, so if things keep going as they are, then he'll be 6 rounds down through 6. There's the uppercut, and that combination is so effective. Jab by the uppercut, landed in rapid succession. A jab thrown from shoulder height, whipped up from underneath. 1-2 I described earlier, but a jab exploding from the waist, and then a straight right hand. Those different trajectories make things hard. Switches up here, Gadzhimagomedov. I think that's Igor Makontsev in the back. Right hand into the body, stepping. Harth tries to get onto the inside and let that right hand go, but by the Magomedov it slid off the Russian can get the stoppage and to see him blowing. It's possible that Harth could land him, and I think he's aware that the more he's going to have, this is tough for him, and they wonder sometimes how you have to get back off your stool 5 or 6 seconds before they need to keep it simple. Gadzhimagomedov is able to use Harth up. Again, just pinning him in the corner. Flings in a good right hand there from, that's worked well for him. Just Harth trying to throw that right hand, but perhaps Gadzhimagomedov was good enough. There's that right hand. Display from, I think there's any doubt about that. Harth hasn't looked clean, was enough when he needs knockdowns, if not a knockout, sign that to come. But I'm sure that he will get used to the lead hand. Nice double jab there once again. Classic danger fighter. Reach up against a shorter, who's going to need to get inside. Greater wingspan, his own punches off, and what you want to see really if you're a kind of purist in that situation is a taller fighter use that reach and keep it on the outside, and that's actually what he's done. But he's now looking to open out a bit here. Half comes Gadzhimagomedov, taking a little bit of a risk here, stepping in, but he does want to. Again, that gets extension on it. Harth just continued the start of the fight, but stand the reasons why. I've been outlining the reasons why. I wonder whether, as we get nearer the end, he will just go for broke. Know that he needs, or whether his mission now will fight and probably have the opposite. But he's the one. He might get cleaned out. There's that jab again, 2-3 jabs. He's cruising here, Gadzhimagomedov energy, I think, in this 9th round. Steps into a lovely 1-2 left upper, long every second of every round, to be honest. It's quite one-dimensional, but Gadzhimagomedov is never given a dispiriting place to be. And he's here, I think, Gadzhimagomedov, and that will be no bad thing, but to go the 12 for the first weight, and it does seem to really suit him. You're a small heavyweight, but 225 pounds looks absolutely perfect for him. There's that right hand again, and I think he may have just certainly caused him to that. 11th round. A strong first defensive so far. Leon Harth, he's lost every crack at this title. He was stopped the contest. Positive. There's no shame in it. It's the jab that's been key for Gadzhimagomedov, getting it out all night. He's kept Harth turning, kept him moving. Do is slow his feet down, get a little bit overconfident, look to try and take you on at range, mid-range. Stop working around on foot, stand in front of you, basic, and fight your, and people do it sometimes. Against all advice, sense it can happen. He's never allowed that to happen. He's kept it. If you control the distance, then really you control the fight, and that's exactly what's happened. To go the distance here, I'm pretty sure that, well, it is an achievement of. Now and again, he's managed close enough. Could see Magomedov and could follow it up here as he's got him back on the. It's been a well-paid play this from Gadzhimagomedov. He has dictated the pace at times. He'll look to get after Leon Harth. He might be able to bring, and Harth might wilt, but Gadzhimagomedov is the one. They obviously didn't really feel like that was the case, and he keep off 8-9, and then he's looked to try and finish really strong here again. But one of the only way would have been if he'd blown a gasket, and rather than just. That's a lovely right hand, a strong right hand. Harth comes firing back. Getting him in to stand his ground and fight. Really look to put on a show around. I think he's going to run out of time. Dominant display. And he's just getting him going a little bit at the end, mate. Fight out here, Leon Harth. Here's the final. Muslim Gadzhimagomedov. So